Good morning. So this is just a little how-to video to explain the discussion forum directions. I know that you can read them. Normally, if we were in a face-to-face class, I would be going over this in class just to make sure everyone has a clear understanding of expectations. I want everybody to get all the points that they possibly can when doing assignments. So I just want to go over a couple of different things. First, the discussion forums are all worth 20 points. You get basically 10 points for your first initial response to whatever prompt I have or question, and then you get 10 points for responding to 2 other students, okay? So for the first 10 points, a couple of things are really important that you need. One, you need to make sure you address all the questions that I have. Sometimes I'll have, a couple different questions. What do you think about this and what do you think about that, or something like that. So make sure that you're really reading the entire prompt and that you've answered all of the parts or all of the questions in there, okay? So make sure that you follow that really closely. Make sure that your response is long enough. You'll notice here it says answer all questions completely and appropriately with clear content, at least 2 paragraphs. So you need to make sure that you're really explaining your view or your opinion or things depending on what the discussion forum is on. But you need to be very clear. This is an assignment. This is how I grade what you know. This is how you're showing me you know what you're talking about, and you can link it to our textbook and things like that, which I'll get to in a second. So you really need to show me and explain, that you have some knowledge of whatever topic this discussion forum is talking about. When you answer in a one-sentence answer, you're not showing me that you understand the content or the topic or things like that. So make sure that you're remembering that for every assignment, it's your chance to show me your understanding, and that is true of discussion forums. So at least 2 paragraphs. You must have a direct quote from the text with the page number. So whatever topic you're talking about, be it vaccinations, be it screen time, be it art, food in art, or the importance of science and math in preschool. It doesn't matter what the topic is. You must have a quote from the readings, the articles, or the textbook, depending on what class you're in, so that I know that you understand that you can support your answers with facts, with logic, with actual research. So make sure that you have a nice, clear answer to the prompts. You're answering all the questions. It's long enough. You are showing that you understand the content and the topic, and you find a related quote with a page number from either the textbook in some classes, or some classes we just use articles, so it may be from an article. But the text quote from article or textbook has to go with what you're saying. So if you're saying all children should be vaccinated, your quote should say something about the importance of vaccinations for children from the textbook. If you're saying that it's not okay to use food in art projects, you need a quote from an article saying why, that supports why that is true, why that you shouldn't do it. So make sure that you are really supporting your answer with research and facts from textbooks and or articles, okay? Please make sure you check the spelling and grammar and stuff. It's a lot easier now with Grammarly and spell check and stuff like that. Just make sure that it makes sense and that other people can read it, because this is supposed to be a discussion. Other people are going to read your points of view, and then they're going to give their own points of view, and you're going to do the same thing. So make sure that it's legible, right? We can all read it. So that's the first 10 points. So make sure you have a nice long explanation. You include a textbook quote that supports what you're saying with a page number from the textbook or article, again, depending on what class you're in, and that you address all the questions, right? So that's the first 10 points. Usually the first part of that discussion forum, your initial post, is due earlier in the week. Like on a Wednesday, and then your responses to other students are due on Sunday. So I want everybody to do their initial response to the prompt earlier in the week so that other people have a chance, a few days, to read what you had to say and to comment on it. And maybe you can comment back. This is supposed to be a conversation. It's a discussion forum. So you need to have discussions, right? If we were in the classroom, we would be having a discussion about whatever topic it is, and people will be raising their hands and giving their input and their perspective, and we'd be listening and commenting. So that's kind of what we're trying to do here, only of course through online teaching. So make sure you get your post in, your initial post in, whatever the day of the week it is that it is due. Usually in my classes it's due Wednesday, but it depends on the semester. So just make sure you look at that first initial due date. And then of course the responses, which is the second part, are due a little later. So first 10 points is you. Second 10 points is you responding to other students, right? Again, discussion. But it's really important when you have a response to other students that you do it in a correct manner. We're calling this the 2+2 response. So what you do is you respond and comment on one or two things someone has written, adding at least 2 thoughts or suggestions of your own, right? The first 2 of the 2+2 format requires the student to comment on 1 or 2 ideas from the student you read, and then add 1 or 2 ideas of your own. So it's not, I agree, great idea. It's not enough. You've got to comment on a couple of things that they've said. That's why we want nice long initial posts so that people have something to comment on. But you need to comment on a couple of things that that person said in their initial post, and then add 2 thoughts. And so I have some examples. I'm not going to read them down here, but you can see that this is one response. This person here was replying to Jillian. This person was replying to this other person. This person was replying to Carl. They're all on different topics from different classes, but I just wanted to give you kind of an overview of what a good response would look like. And you'll notice that they're nice and long. They're at least, 3 or 4 sentences. They comment on what the initial post was, and then they add some of their own thoughts and ideas. So please read these, look at these, so that you can get an idea of how to post to other students. And then, right, once you do your initial post, and it's due the Wednesday or earlier in the week, and then you can do these 2+2 responses to at least 2 other students. So I hope that helps clear that up. Again, I want you to get as many points as possible, but I need to see that you understand the concepts and the topics, and that you can apply them maybe to your own life, or something or something you heard outside, or things like that. So please give your attention to these discussion forums, because there's one every week. All right. So I hope that helps.